Good morning, everyone. I'm Mrs. Anjum Aleem from Springsfield, Masabtang, biology teacher. We have already started with class 9 biology, first lesson cell, its structure and function. And we have seen in our previous class the difference between the plant cell and the animal cell. And today we are going to see the various cell organelles, their structure and function. To start with, cytoplasm. We have already seen about the nucleus in the previous video. Today about cytoplasm. Cytoplasm, it is a fluid content bounded by the plasma membrane. So inside the plasma membrane, whatever fluid is present is called as cytoplasm, in which the other cell organelles are embedded. So cytoplasm is a base for all the other cell organelles. The next cell organelle is mitochondria. Mitochondria is present both in plant cell and animal cell. It is a double membrane structure. The inner membrane is folded into structure called as cristae. It is called as the powerhouse of the cell because it provides energy to the cell by the oxidation of food. That is why we say it helps in cellular respiration. During respiration, the food is oxidized. The food receives the oxygen and breaks into carbon dioxide, water, and energy in the form of ATP. So, with the help of this energy, we are able to perform various activities. You have to remember that the mitochondria are called as the powerhouse of the cell because it provides energy to the cell. Our next cell organelle is chloroplast. Actually, chloroplast is one of the plastids. Plastids are three types: chloroplast, chromoplast, and leucoplast. Chloroplast is for green color, chromo is for orange, red, yellow, and leucoplast is for colorless. It is a type of plastid in green color. It is present only in the plant cells. It contains a pigment called as chlorophyll, which helps in photosynthesis. Chloroplast actually traps the solar energy and converts it into chemical energy. Again, it is a three-membrane structure, and the innermost membrane, third membrane, is piled up into the stack-like structures which are called as granum. And if they are piled up, they are called as the granum thylakoid. And the fluid present inside is called as stroma, in which the granum thylakoid granum is present. I hope this content is clear to you. Our next cell organelle is lysosome. Lysosome contains destructive enzymes and it kills and digests the foreign bodies and sometimes the whole cell. That is why they are called as the suicidal bags. Lysosomes are called as suicidal bags because sometimes they engulf the whole cell and the cell is no more, it dies. That is why lysosomes are called as suicidal bags. Now the next cell organelle is endoplasmic reticulum. Endoplasmic reticulum, as you can see in the figure, it is a network of membrane which helps in the transport of substances from one place to another. It is of two types. If it contains the ribosomes, it is called as a rough endoplasmic reticulum and it helps in the protein synthesis, in the formation of proteins. And if ribosomes are absent, it is called as the smooth endoplasmic reticulum and it helps in the manufacture of proteins and lipids. Next cell organelle is Golgi body. This Golgi body is made up of several membranes which create sac-like structures called as vesicles. Its function is to pack various substances before they are transported. So, Golgi body plays a very important role. Our next cell organelle is vacuoles. As we have already seen that the vacuoles they are sac-like structures. They are large in plant cell and small in animal cell. They maintain the turgor pressure within the cell and transport the unwanted substances. Vacuoles give turgidity, stiffness to the plant and the animal. So children, today we have learnt about the structure and function of cytoplasm, mitochondria, chloroplast, lysosomes, endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi bodies, vacuoles. For today's homework, write a short note on mitochondria and chloroplast. Also, draw neat label diagrams of the same. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Thank you very much.